This product from PYKE, stealth tape, self-clinging camo wrap for all hunting equipment. 50mm wide, that's just about 2 inches, 4.5 meters, sorry, stretched, and that works out about 5 yards. Sticks to itself, not your kit. Reusable, leaves no residue. Excellent concealment aid. Heavy duty, removable, reusable, leaves no residue, reduces glare, helps protect your equipment, improve grip, insulation against cold surfaces, will cover any shape or contour. And it goes on how to apply. It does suggest if your equipment gets wet to remove it. Obviously if it's a metal item like a gun barrel, I'm going to promote rust. If it's wood such as a bow or a gun stock, then you might have a bit of mould appear at the worst, or warpage. What I tend to do with my guns is after use, give them the wipe over, put a bit of oil on there. Obviously before I put this on, I would make sure it was clean. Every time I go to store it then I would remove the tape, a little bit of oil, normal wipe over. I think long as the gun didn't get wet or damp, if I was planning to go out over several days, I'd normally store this oily, put a coating on, but I think I might even end up leaving this on. Now it does say in the instructions to overlap by about 5mm. That's about just under 1/4 inch. And the barrel I'm doing on this gun, it's 7 inches long down to the fore end. That's about 43 centimetre. Now it says overlap by 5mm, but I think the reality is you wrap around a few times to start it and then just hope it goes on. I don't think there's any need to worry about any creases or wrinkles. After all, bushes, trees, grass, undergrowth in general, that's seen as 3D with different shapes. It's not flat. So this seems to be going on quite well. What I like about this, it's nice and soft. It feels grippy, it feels warm. And if I was to wrap this and leave a little bit of a gap and leave a bit of the blue in, a bit of black, whatever colour you think your gun barrel may be, I don't think it's going to matter much. After all, black represents shadow and there's black in the tape itself. Obviously though, gun barrels are a little bit more shiny. Now I can already see that you get the bright spots on the barrel. There's a bit there on the stock, just the glare of the light coming in through the window. But it doesn't appear to be any sort of glare, any sort of shine from the tape. So far I'm pleased. I think just another couple of more wraps over there. And that, I think, should do it. Now it said stretch. Now I didn't give all that much stretch to it, I just wrapped it around without trying to put a lot of tension on, and that end there, rubbing against it, it will lift up, but several attempts, very easy just to press back down. And if I apply any sort of pressure, that is quite a firm grip on the barrel. Now if I'm passing it to somebody as an example, over a fence or a gate that I'm climbing, and I happen to just grab hold of it by the barrel, obviously this would be passed over empty and completely safe, but if somebody was to just grab it by the barrel, it wouldn't slip. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with this. Although you don't normally touch the barrels when you're holding it, aiming, shooting, using as intended, it's nice to know if for any reason you need to grab or accidentally grab hold of the barrel, there's going to be no movement with the tape. And I'm quite impressed with the ability of that to stay down, and when it does ride up, if you catch it, very easy to repair. Yep, I'm quite pleased with that. Now at the moment I've left the end part there. It's obviously easy to wrap some around the end to start with, but I was just wondering about this bead sight, how I've wrapped it and left some on the end near the fore end. I've got plenty to go over that, but I think maybe if I started from there and sort of, yeah, if I started from there and went over that way a bit more. It's a case of experiment, try it out, but I don't think the last inch or two there is going to really make any difference, but I could have got it closer. But for the time being, I'm quite impressed with this. Although Jack Pike is of England, as it says, it doesn't say where it was manufactured. I'd like to think this is manufactured somewhere in England or Europe or America even. I like to think of it as a quality item, a piece of kit that does actually do the job you want it to. I've tried various ways of camouflaging the gun socks, just wrapping round with old bits of camouflage material. That involves different methods to keep it in place, bit of string, elastic bands, things like that. And I have found with the gun socks, if you hold them, it's going to move. Now had I put that around the fore end and carried on just that little bit further, I think that would have covered up the shiny bit there. And this stock is quite a shiny piece of wood, so I think, yeah, if I'd have covered that bit there, I would have done better. Still, at 5 yards, I don't think I'm going to run out of tape very quick, so I could even redo the barrel all the way along, cover the fore end with what's left, and the bit that I've used on the barrel, just to show as an example, I could even do the stock with that. But for now, I'm quite happy just to see it cover the barrel and do what's intended. So yes, something I've bought that I actually am very, very, very pleased with. Jack Pike Stealth Tape, self-clinging camo wrap for all hunting equipment. As some people quote items, it does what it says on the can, and this certainly does by the look of it. All it needs is a field test, but I'm sure I'm not going to be disappointed anyway with this product. Oh well, we have to go and try it out in the field and see what really happens with it.